What is going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be reviewing the Prince Customs Protean. So I just picked this one up. I've had it for less than a week, and I first caught wind of it from all the videos from Bladeshow, which I wasn't able to attend this year. So I reached out to Prince Wong, the designer of the knife, and I was lucky enough to grab one before he ran out of them. So I'm going to quickly go through the specs on this one, give you some of my own personal thoughts after using it for a week. But then I'm just going to go straight to the cutting tests that I've already done so you guys can really see this one in action. I think it's definitely worth watching, especially if you're considering buying one. You'll see how effective this knife is. But I want to keep this relatively short and get to the point. So this has an overall length of 7.13 inches. The scales are 4 inches flat. The blade is 3.13 with a cutting edge of 2.92. It's made with a beautifully machined Magna Cut blade steel with a hollow bevel. I love the stonewash on this one. It's a little bit more of a matte finish, same with the handle. I know that this one was made or brought to Bladeshow specifically with a little bit of a different pivot, which I'm actually enjoying now. I wasn't sure about at first, but I actually enjoy it quite a bit, especially for photography reasons. But I just love this overall aesthetic. The look and feel, to me, this is the one that catches my eye. It stood out immediately. And I think it has to do with a number of things. I love the aggressive blade shape. I love the contours. But specifically with the overall lines, with the swell in the back that thins out to the front with a little bit of a wider blade, there's something to those overall lines that really captures my attention. I mean, if you look at this as a whole, I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but it really grabbed my eye. It's just an added benefit that this is actually well built, well designed, and has a incredibly effective edge geometry, which you guys will see here in a second. Some of the things that I want to comment on. Oh, first of all, there is also, being a frame lock, it also has a lock bar insert with RWL34. Of our RWL34. The jimping up top is super aggressive, which is an effective feature for maintaining control of the knife. So when I open this up and I actually utilize it, my thumb isn't going anywhere. There's no way, I don't care if it's raining, I'm not losing control of this knife. This is super aggressive jimping, which, if I'm being totally honest, also is a little bit of a pain sometimes when you're using it as a front flipper because it is very aggressive. But it's nothing to really complain about, just, I guess, a personal preference. Also, this comes in an overall weight of 3.5 ounces. So with a tie construction, Magna Cut blade steel, it's actually not bad. So it's not that, it doesn't have much weight to it. It's actually quite light. It's much lighter than I would have expected. Doesn't take up much room in the pocket either. Overall, I'm really enjoying it. It's got multiple deployment options with a very strong detent system. So I bring that up because as a front flipper, sometimes as collectors, we get into the habit of using them as fidget toys. So we like to finger roll them or pull them back. I'm not able to do that. I don't know if others are, but as far as the main deployments as a front flipper, that thing pops open. Even as a lefty using a frame lock, I can either put my thumb over the clip or put it in the relief. And of course it does that on a video, but that was just my bad. This thing pops open very strongly. I love the detent on this. Like I said, if I want to put it into the relief, I can do it there. If I want to put it over the clip and just pop it out. This sounds incredibly strong too. It has that really loud pop. I don't know if the phone is going to really pick up on that, but it is a very loud pop, a very addictive sound, no matter how you open it, whether it's as a front flipper, if you use a Spidey flick, or if you thumb it out like that. This isn't going to fail on you, is my point. I mean, as a lefty, I always have to be a little bit concerned about that stuff, but this has worked out perfectly well. And by the way, it breaks in super quick. So it was a little bit tight when I first got it, but after about a day or so of me flicking it over and over, it loosened up quite a bit. But man, I can't get enough. I could just stare at this knife all day. This design, these lines, this overall look, this is my kind of knife. It actually reminds me quite a bit of another favorite from my favorite designer, Jesper Voxnäs, which is the prototype, the F7. I think you can tell why, just the overall aesthetic. But this knife comes in at $725, by the way, similar to the Evo 4. And I bought my Rosie XL on the secondary, so it was much more expensive, but I believe it's just a little bit more expensive than the Protean. But either way, this knife plays in this grouping. There's no question about it. It's extremely well designed, high quality materials, super smooth. Ergonomics are incredibly comfortable. And also, just the small things in these types of designs that sort of blow me away. I love the idea of sort of a floating backspacer. I think it looks very cool in person. And I don't know if you heard that ting that you sometimes get when you deploy the blade, but it is just an incredible setup, very dialed in. And it is a super effective cutting tool, which you guys are going to see now. All right, and we are back. Again, this is the Prince Customs Protean. I hope that this review sincerely helps those of you that are looking to purchase this knife, not just with my personal opinions on it, but with the actual cutting tests. I try to do my best to give a close-up view of the blade in action. So again, I hope this helps. If you guys really enjoy these videos, please do subscribe and like. I'm hoping to grow my audience a bit more so I can get as many new knives on here to review as possible to benefit all of us. But again, thanks again for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks.